Nets bus arrives at the arena.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last full of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the two-guard spot. And for Atlanta, on the wings, Herter and Reddish. Clint Capella is out there with John Collins. And it's Young in at the point.
You know what? You forget that he's small in stature. Trae Young's skill set is exactly what every team is looking for.
Harden scanning the floor. Young with the steal. Herter passes to Young. And now that we have some time away from it, Steve, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in the bubble.
You know, Kevin, having players see each other in hallways while going to battle later that night was definitely different. Spending that much time together. We'll eventually look back and view it as one of the most interesting times in the NBA history.
Here's Jordan following the basket by Trae Young. Irving dishes to Jordan. Young outside. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
The threat of Young's jumper forces defenders to play him close, making it easier for him to get by his man.
Harden outside. Jordan kicks to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Harden against Young. He feeds it to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
My goodness, I didn't think they could top that last dunk, but it only took them a couple seconds.
Not much defense, Greg, on those last few possessions, but does anyone mind?
Not at all.
And Brooklyn has possession after the basket by Atlanta, and the shot goes in.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket. And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
Here is Harden following the basket by Trae Young. And Harden with the stuff.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention four-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Here is Harden after Clint Capella's bucket. And here's Harden. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots, off to a good start. Young with the ball. 32 points for him last game against Orlando.
And he really controlled the pace of the game by getting to the line. The D could not slow him down, and he took advantage of it.
Count that one.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Harden outside. The feed to Jordan. Back to Harden. Dishes to Jordan. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second-chance points in the league. The Hawks, number 1.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And the Nets making a change here as well. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Irving. Left side Durant over Gallinari. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Beautiful catch and shoot from Kevin Durant. He's one of those guys that can do it consistently every night.
Rondo kicks to Snell. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. The Hawks working the ball around. 5 on the clock. Here's Snell. Lays it up and banks it in. Snell's got his second bucket.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Harden. The shot comes out, so the Hawks will take it the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, and you could see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
Harden left side. Over Rondo. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Really admire the hustle of Rondo on defense.
And so it's Atlanta going into the break with a 10-point lead. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
We've got Bogdanovich. Tony Snell is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. And it's Green missing.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
The Hawks leading by 10.
And out of New Mexico, Tony Snell has made himself into a capable long-range marksman.
Yes, he's a guy who plays within himself, GA, stays in his lane, and knocks down perimeter shots.
And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Brown. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. Here's Griffin, and Griffin slams it in.
I saw that one in Griffin's eyes. He was ready to throw that one down.
Rondo passes to Gallinari. Rondo kicks to Snell. Pass to Okongwu, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Griffin. Averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And I think he can play even better. I mean, sometimes it's tough to get into a rhythm with limited minutes, but he has got to find a way.
That's the thing. You don't get to pick your minutes. You have to make the most of what you get.
Now, here is Irving. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shoes. He said, I always try to have...
And here we go, Coach's Challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Rondo, bounce pass. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. Pass to Reddish. Outside Rondo. He dishes it to Okongwu. Back to Rondo. Rebound, Brooklyn. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
As long as they maintain that same aggressiveness, they should be in solid shape to come away victorious again.
And it's Bogdanović off the drive. And here's a look at some numbers for Kyrie Irving.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. John Collins comes in for Gallinari. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Harden dishes to Jordan. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
Here's Young. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Shamet, the pass to Jordan. Knocked loose. In the corner, Harden. The Nets working the ball around now. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Jordan.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
Here's Young, and the last second attempt doesn't fall.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is Bedlam here. The hope we saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 assists. And that's all we have for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Harden. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And there's the pass to Young. No good with the layup.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Now, here is Irving. He's covered closely. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from DeAndre Jordan.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Young's shot is good. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Nets trail by 5. Irving looking over the floor. It's stolen by Capella. Young against Harden. Young inside. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Irving dishes to Jordan. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jordan's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Harden against Young. And the basket is good. Young's got 16 points.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Passes it to KD. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Harris kicks to Harden. The drive by Jordan. Puts it up from 7. That shot missing. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Young outside. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Hawks lead by 7.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
On the wing, Irving. Here's Harden. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Young looking around. Back to Capella. Inside. Launches it. Another miss by Young.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Young against Harden. And it's blocked by Jordan. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Brown is checked in for Joe Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Irving.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
The craftiness of Rondo makes him a tough cover in pick and roll sets. Just when you think he's going to pass, he'll surprise you with the shot.
They double team Griffin. And stolen by Okongwu. Harden against Rondo. Bogdanovich wide open. Drills it from outside. Now it's a 4-point Atlanta lead.
One of the more instinctive passes over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the jam by Harden.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now Rondo kicks to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Shots continuing to fall as we can. Head coach Nate McMillan is mic'd up along the sidelines.
Hey, what we got to do here.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Clint Capella, Rajon Rondo is out there with Tony Snell. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Gallinari in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Rondo scanning the floor. Bogdanovich passes to Capella. The dish to Gallinari. To the left side wing. Snell finds Bogdanovich. And it's Shamet with the rebound.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Atlanta leading by 4. Outside Rondo. Dishes it to Bogdanovich. Feeds to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism for a big man? Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
It's stolen by Capella. Down low. And the dunk by Capella.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Collins checked in for Gallinari. Kevin Huerter comes in for Bogdanovich. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. In the corner, Huerter with it. Here's Snell, guarded by Harden. Young's shot is off.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
And yes, it's good.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Young, no good. Nets trail by 6. The drive by Jordan. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Young dishes to Collins. Back to Young. To the inside. Stolen by Durant. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Young with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. And they'll keep possession.
Clearly a foul.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot-blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
Reddish, he's checked in for Atlanta. And the jam by Harden.
He has really come into this second half on an absolute tear. Really impressive effort from him so far.
Hook loose. Stolen by Harden. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now just a 1-point Hawks lead.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Outside Irving to take the lead. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Calm in the heat of the storm. Kyrie with a big bucket.
55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Young drives in. It's good!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Harden against Young. Good!
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Young with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line. And this crowd ecstatic. They are pumped up.
And what a huge shot. You talk about an excited arena. Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Here's Irving. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Gotta love the intensity of DeAndre, finding a way to be aggressive and get to the line.
He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the gap to 1. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. Here is Harden. Offline. Yes!
Yeah, this is Jordan's mindset, trying to extend the play and convert that effort into points.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And that's going to do it for regulation. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one.
Here we go.
And it's the Hawks to start out. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Kyrie Irving. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harden in at the point guard position. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 2. To the paint. Here's Jordan. And Capella sends it back. And he's able to get it back. Durant with a wide open look. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Durant's got it all tied up now for the Nets. Atlanta's shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Young drives in, drops in the layup for 2. Young's got 23 points.
Never afraid to take the big shot. Trae Young, we have to call you Mr. Young.
Here's Harden and the jam by Harden.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Harden against Young. He feeds it to Capella. Stolen by Durant. The kick out to Irving. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
John Collins, he's checked in for Gallinari. Young against Harden. Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Durant dishes to Harris. They now take the lead. Harris has got his first basket of the night.
The minute KD gets the ball, all eyes are on him. That leaves a wide open man.
Left side, Collins. Back to Young. Now the feed to Capella, and stolen by Jordan. It's 2-on-1. Here's Irving, and Capella sends it back. Here's Young. It drops. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Incredible competitor. Trae Young always wants to be the one to take this shot.
Here's Harden. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Cam Reddish. They throw good. James Harden. And here's Young. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just one.
The charisma, the superhuman workload. Trae Young is built for stardom.
Here's Harden. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Clint Capella.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Much like Marc Gasol, DeAndre was drafted as an unpolished second-round pick. Now one of the more impactful centers around.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
Young for three. Rebound, Brooklyn. Outside Jordan. On the wing, Irving. And the Nets miss again.
And no secret here, guys. They've got to get a three if we're going to get yet another overtime.
Not a physically imposing defender, but Kyrie with great footwork and timing to affect the shot.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.
This year, the All-Stars are headed to Atlanta for the big event. When was the last time the NBA All-Star Game was hosted by Atlanta?
Was it the year 2000, 2001, 2002, or 2003? It has been a minute.
Definitely. I don't even remember those years. Do you remember?
The traffic in New York City making... And we've got...
Hey, Kevin. Well,
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Simmons is out there with Curry. And it's Green in at the small forward position. And for Brooklyn, we've got Harden. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3. Now here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
And you rarely see the vision and playmaking of Ben Simmons in someone that size. That you can put him up there with Magic, LeBron, and Penny Hardaway in terms of those taller playmakers.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Greg. I mean, he's unique, really unique and gifted in that regard. And with all great passers, there are a couple of things they do well. One is they see a play or two ahead. They anticipate and throw the ball where it should be going, anticipating that. And the other thing is the timing with which they make their passes. It's usually right at the right time, the opportune time for a teammate to score on the catch. Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
And they double up Simmons. Curry on the wing. Off target with his 3. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Rockets in Houston. It's stolen by Harris. Simmons against Harden. And Simmons slams it in.
I tell you, it doesn't get any easier than this, guys. I mean, Simmons finishing with power.
Harden dishes to Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Simmons. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Harden the pass to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. Passes it to Irving. Right side, Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Irving missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And it's KD with the rebound. Nets trail by 4. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
Now, you can't sleep on this guy's finishing ability. He loves getting room to throw it down on you, and he'll put you in a poster if you let him.
Now here's Simmons. 17 points for him last game against Utah. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Durant against Green. Durant with the wide-open look. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Durant's got his second basket of the night. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
The Nets making a switch here. Robertson, he's checked in. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Tobias Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Danny Green. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Curry. And Maxey's subbed in for Simmons. Now, here is Harden. Really played well against Houston in his last outing. Drills the three-pointer.
When you've got the kind of game and shot Durant has, you don't lack for confidence. He is ready to catch and fire whenever he gets the opportunity.
Here's Maxey. There's the dish to Embiid. Pass to Maxey. Back to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Boy, Joel Embiid with the throwdown. Athletic, 7 feet tall, one of the best dunkers in the league.
Harden dishes to Jordan. To the middle. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. To the right side. Here's Maxey. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Being from Africa, at the end of the day.
Well said. Certainly, Greg Embiid puts himself front and center, willing to lead the cause on and off the floor.
And this is where his big personality helps. He has a larger-than-life quality that really just captivates people.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Taking a look at the 76ers, they've got Korkmaz, Matisse Thybulle's out there with Maxey, then it's Shake Milton, and it's Howard in at the center. Here's Llewellyn, and looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Griffin's shot is off, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Now, here's Maxey, following the miss by Griffin. Maxey passes to Howard. Shot clock at 5. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
On the wing, Green wants to get it to Brown and does. Can't get it to fall. The 76ers leading by 5. Now, here's Maxey. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Here's Irving. Up and in on the layup. Irving's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, good luck trying to keep Irving down. I mean, he's more than happy to take the contact and finish right through it.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Rebounded by Howard. Griffin with the steal. The kick out to Brown. Luwawu, the pass to Griffin. The Nets working the ball around now. No good from Luwawu. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against Houston.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, you know, the defense had no answer for him. To do that kind of damage on the road, impressive.
Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
And the strength from the big man. Griffin just refusing to quit and muscling it in. Wow.
So for the Nets, Durant's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. And it's James Harden in for Irving. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Simmons comes in for Maxey. Now here's Simmons. 10 points for him. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, and you know, for Simmons to be so young, he has a great basketball IQ, and he plays to his strengths on offense and plays to him well.
Here's Griffin. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Griffin's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it. And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 12.
When he's sprinting down the court like that to the basket, Simmons is virtually impossible to stop.
1:14 left in the first half of the game. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Kyrie Irving. Here's Harris. He had 19 points in the win against the Rockets in Houston. Shot clock at 6. And the jam by Harden.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
54 seconds left here in the second. Simmons passes to Embiid. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Andrew Shamet comes in for Bruce Brown. Now, here is Harden. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Shamet kicks to Harden. Shamet, the pass to Jordan. Good D by Embiid.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Offensive rebound. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Embiid's got 6.
Yeah, Embiid plays with really good effort, and he plays with an effervescence that's contagious, and it's really endearing for a guy of his size.
Jordan kicks to Harris. Back to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
And that'll do it for... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points and that's going to do it for our halftime show.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Ben Simmons really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Nets 5. And contact up. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And what a factor Ben Simmons is on the floor. Does so much for this team in every facet of the game. He's a triple-double threat whenever he suits up. Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And sometimes people forget just how young Ben Simmons is, Greg. This is just the beginning for him.
I mean, and that's what fans are missing about Simmons, his age. I mean, you can worry about his shot, but he has a long time to figure it out. He could end up having a Jason Kidd type of a career where he becomes a solid shooter later on.
To the paint. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. The 76ers, number 1.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Luwawu-Cabarrot in for Joe Harris. Bucket is good.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Back to Harden. It's stolen by Green. It's 2-on-1. Goes up. And Simmons slams it in.
Boy, Simmons so dangerous in these open floor situations. I love his aggressiveness in getting to the right spot.
Right wing. Here's Luwawu. Guarded by Green. Irving for 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Now the 76ers with it. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Over Jordan. Green in the post. Working on Green. Now here's Embiid. Guarded by Jordan. Embiid, no good. Here's Harden. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And, Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And, you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Curry with a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Curry's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers. Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. On the wing, Brown. Back to Harden. And it's sent back by Howard.
Excellent timing by Howard. He knows exactly when to jump to deny shot attempts.
It's Harden with the drive. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 8 points.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Here's Maxey. 1:19 left here in the third quarter. Green tries again, and the layup is good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Nets trail by 12. Harden with it. He's got 8. And Harden with the stuff.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. It's Curry outside. Second chance shot. And Howard with the lay-in. And the 76ers lead by 12.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And finished off by Griffin.
Man, one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant's checked in for Green. Harris comes in for Brown. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Then for the 76ers, Korkmaz comes in for Harris. And it's Shake Milton in for Green. Outside for Curry. Back to Korkmaz. Inside, here's Milton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kevin Durant.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. This is his first free throw of the game.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
Curry outside. That shot misses. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll return shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And so in the game for the 76ers, Seth Curry is out there with Maxey. Then it's Shake Milton. Then there's Howard. And it's Embiid in at the 5 spot.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Irving uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, how about that crafty drive by Irving, anticipating the contact and able to get around and through it.
Here's Curry. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu-Cabarrot comes in for Landry Shamet. Then for the 76ers, Tobias Harris is checked in for Howard. And Simmons subbed in for Maxey. Irving dishes to KD. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Nets trail by 7. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, you know, at first glance, you might think Durant has trouble finishing through contact, but think again, folks. I mean, you can't measure desire by body type.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Luwawu, the pass to Harris. Out to KD. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The pass to Luwawu. Back to KD. Just 5 to shoot.
And here we go, guys. This possession could make or break them right here.
Curry attacking the 10-footer. Oh, good on that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And then Durant with the jam.
And we've seen Durant now hit big shots before. He's no stranger to the moment. Actually, this guy relishes the moment.
Here's Simmons. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Really like how Simmons commands the ball, especially in key moments.
James Harden. He's checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And the 76ers also making a change. Green's checked in. Nets trail by 6. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Green against Irving. Green with the block.
Excellent defender is Danny Green. He's instinctual, and he's got great court awareness defensively.
Here's Harris. Embiid inside. He's covered by Irving. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Durant. Embiid. And Embiid is right there. And the 76ers lead by 8.
Hey, and when you neglect to box Embiid out, you pay the price. His athleticism, impressive.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Harden scanning the floor. On the wing, Harris. Harden outside. Left side, Durant. Back to Harden. Ball's knocked loose. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Irving, good.
Comfortable in the clutch. That's who Kyrie Irving is. Unfazed by the game's biggest moments.
Here's Simmons. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Jordan.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here. Well, Durant knows the team looks to him for this. These kinds of moments, the intensity of the moment never rattles.
36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Simmons penetrating. And Simmons slams it in.
Hey, it's clear. Simmons is a very gifted player, somebody who is mentally strong in these situations and takes the challenge on head first.
Irving for 3. And Embiid pulls it down. And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving's got the ball. Harris's shot is off. Green left side. So Philadelphia wins it. A narrow. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg. And just about to get underway as the starting five. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on GA. It's all you.
Kevin, thanks.
David, he is showing that maturity. Thanks for that report. And now, a look at the upcoming schedule for the 76ers. On Thursday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Washington Wizards.
And you know for that matchup with New York. On paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. On the wings, Herder and Reddish. Clint Capella is out there with John Collins. And it's Young in at the point guard position. And for the 76ers, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Simmons is out there with Curry. And it's Green in at the small forward. You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with this play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
Here's Simmons after Clint Capella's bucket. Oh, the power on that throw-down.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes it.
Simmons against Young. Top of the key, Reddish. A three ball. Again, Young missing.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
And when Simmons is inside, forget about it. He uses his skill and smarts to take advantage.
Capella, the pass to Young. Back to Capella. Kicks it out to Collins. Dishes it to Capella. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Young. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And when Young does this on the offensive glass, he can pile up big nights in the scoring column.
Simmons looking around. Poked away. Curry dishes to Simmons. Over Collins. Embiid. Great positioning on the putback.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
And Young kicks to Reddish. Young is doubled. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
I just feel like Collins is at his best when he's going at the defense.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for the 76ers. Maxey comes in for Ben Simmons.
You see that nasty streak Embiid possesses. Part of why he's a superstar. Great motor.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Howard's checked in for Joel Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Harris. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Danny Green. Atlanta also making some changes here. Okongwu comes in for Clint Capella. And Tony Snell subbed in for Reddish. And so it's Atlanta with it. 76ers getting the bucket. The drive by Rondo. Okongwu. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Now you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find them.
1:04 left to play in the first quarter. And that one's good. Korkmaz.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Rondo passes to Okongwu. Gallinari right side. And now Philadelphia on the break. Thibault, the pass to Korkmaz. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Young's checked in for Rajon Rondo. The Hawks trail by 4. 32 seconds left to play in the first. Young, good.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Now, here's Maxey, defended by Young. That one good for 2.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Young dishes to Okongwu. Young inside. Out to Gallinari. Pass to Bogdanovic. Over Milton. Can't hit the free throw line jump. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. 76ers on top. And chatting earlier with Ben Simmons, he addressed the scrutiny that players have to...
For me, it comes with...
And with social media now, Greg, blocking out the noise has become for these players even harder.
I mean, truth is, people like to criticize others. We should be celebrating what Simmons has accomplished at a very young age.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Howard. Matisse Thybulle's out there with Maxey. Then it's Shake Milton. And it's Korkmaz in the power forward position. Now, here's Maxey. Pass to Thibault. He dishes it to Howard. Here's Maxey. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Maxey's got 6 points. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. To the inside. Here's Embiid. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And who draws more fouls than Embiid? Very few players, if any. Too much size and really too much skill to defend.
And Embiid drops them both.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
And now the fast break. Embiid with the ball. Outside for Simmons. They get it again. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Herder, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And Curry the bucket on the assist by Embiid. Curry's got the lead up to 10 now for the 76ers. Now here's Reddish. He's guarded closely. They double him with Green. Here's Collins. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Collins has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, sometimes Reddish might defer too often, and maybe sometimes that's true. But also give him credit for being unselfish.
Here's Simmons. And Capella sends it back. Here's Herder. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Harris.
Already impressing at a young age. Kevin Huerter's dead-eye accuracy from deep, combined with being a fearless competitor going inside, that's going to pay some dividends throughout his career.
Outside, Simmons. Here's Embiid. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Reddish the pass to Collins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Capella kicks to Rondo.
Just staying aggressive right now. John Collins putting some tremendous pressure on the defense.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And so Collins nails both of them.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Simmons against Collins. The drive by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And really, Simmons is nearly impossible to contain when he's sprinting to the hoop. An athletic behemoth who causes defenders fits.
Collins against Harris. Collins passes it to Huerter. Kicks it to Capella. From 13, up again. It's good on the putback. Huerter's got 4 this quarter.
Huerter at 6'7", able to get in there and get after the offensive rebound.
Outside, Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Back to Simmons. And he goes big with the dunk right on top of John Collins.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Well, although he's a bit smaller, Rondo knows he's got to outthink guys on the interior, and that time drew the contact.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Alinari comes in for John Collins. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Reddish. And Tony Snell subbed in for Kevin Huerter. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Gallinari throws it down.
When you have a guy like Gallinari run the court and you're expecting them to pull up for the 3, he can also fast break and get the layup.
Here's Maxey. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Outside Rondo. Bogdanovich finds Rondo. Back to Bogdanovich. With 1 on the clock, and Rondo sends it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. Here's Korkmaz, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny, for the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were never able to get the lead above. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get on.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
On the court for Atlanta, Reddish and Collins at the small forward and power forward. Young and Huerter make up the back, and it's Capella in at the 5.
Great hands by Trae Young, and his passing abilities sparked the fast break. And I think for years to come, you're going to be talking about the draft that Trae Young was involved in as the picks got swapped. One franchise getting their guy, and this team finding Trae Young. And he's been a blessing for where they need to go.
Collins dishes to Capella. Down low, Young. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Shifty guard Trae Young finds his ways into some of those cracks and crevices.
Brent, you know the Hawks believed in Trae Young on draft day. They made the trade for him and gave up a chance at Doncic.
Well, I don't look at it like that, Kevin.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the basket by Curry.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 90 seconds now into the second half.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
Count that one. And now a 7-point 76ers lead.
Surprising, the defense. I think Green puts the ball on the floor and drives and finishes.
Young against Simmons. Young inside. Rejected by Harris.
Every so often, Tobias Harris showing you something defensively, and great timing to throw that one away.
Count that bucket. Simmons got 14. Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
the truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities, and those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Howard's checked in for the 76ers. Scott comes in for Tobias Harris. Atlanta also making some changes here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Tony Snell comes in for Reddish. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Trae Young.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
That's tipped. Rondo with the steal. Gallinari with it, and it's Howard picking him up. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Philadelphia leading by 3. And stolen by Okongwu. By himself. And Okongwu slams it in.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame. And he's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Atlanta.
The first pick in the 2016 NBA draft, Simmons has been a phenomenal addition to our league.
Rondo kicks to Okongwu. And stolen by Howard. Here's Simmons. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. And it's Scott with the jam. 1:02 left in the third quarter of the game. And stolen by Simmons. And now Philadelphia on the break. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And sometimes you have no chance at stopping Simmons from the interior. Just a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
And the 76ers with some changes. Matisse Thybulle's checked in for Shake Milton. And Maxey subbed in for Mike Scott. Rondo passes to Gallinari. And Gallinari throws it down.
Gallinari just jamming that one home off the drive like it was nothing.
They double team Howard. The pass to Korkmaz. Inside. Simmons can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Rondo passes to Gallinari. Back to Rondo. And stolen by Simmons. Pass to Maxey. Now Simmons. 4 seconds left. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Well, that's when you love to see the strength of Dwight Howard marching through the defense and just ripping away the second chance opportunity for an easy score.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. 76ers on. Head coach Nate McMillan is mic'd up along the sidelines.
We got to rebound the ball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Hawks trail by 7. We've got Green. Howard is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Maxey in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Young, and the layup's good off the glass.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Maxey. Here's Embiid. Goes up again, and the rejection by Collins.
No, sir. Collins sending that one away.
And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the 76ers. Tobias Harris comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Seth Curry in for Matisse Thybulle. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. And that one is good.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Here's Maxey. Embiid, no good.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Curry against Gallinari. Young outside. Makes it off the glass. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Maxey. Rebound, Atlanta. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Here's Young, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Maxey.
Trae Young wants to be a leader, but it's not about wanting it. You have to show it on a consistent basis so your teammates start to look towards you.
Simmons checked in for Maxey.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Crafty and smooth. Simmons tearing up the nets. He is definitely a rising star.
Young outside, puts up a 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. And Embiid has got the ball here for Philadelphia. They've led by as much as 10. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And the Hawks making a change here. Reddish is checked in. Young drives in, and it goes down 2 points. And the Hawks lead by 1.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. Yeah, just great. Whenever Simmons takes over a possession like that, what a killer instinct.
Young outside. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, and the layup is good. Young's got 12 points here in the second half.
That is why Trae Young has the ball.
Simmons with it. Feeds it to Embiid. The layup missed.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups. And the top 10 pick giving you a top 10 moment.
The 76ers trail by 3. Up top, Simmons. Stolen by Collins. Fast break, the Hawks. Collins is running. The kick out to Young. From past the arc, in for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Trae Young looking like one of those young players who on a nightly basis gives you something you haven't seen before.
Here's Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Collins.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Mike Scott's checked in for Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Danny Green. And it's Shake Milton in for Seth Curry.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Young looking around. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
And this young guy relishes the pressure, stepping up there, confident in the clutch.
Here's Simmons. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And when the game is tight, Simmons rises to the occasion, effortlessly capitalizing when his team desperately needs him to.
That's good from Simmons.
And they needed that free throw to fall, and he knew it. Huge shot to make it a one-possession game.
And here's Young. It's in!
Ridiculous handles there. How effective is he at creating opportunities?
A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
No good from Simmons. And he commits the intentional foul. Atlanta with the ball. Young outside. To the left wing. Outside Collins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Young, no good. And so it's Atlanta with the W. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
mentioned this on the show before, but one of these is my favorite player, and that happens to be the answer to this question. So get it right and get that VC.
For the land
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Reddish and Collins at the small forward and power forward. Young and Herder make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Jordan. Then there's Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at shooting guard. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Irving dishes to Jordan. Rebounded by the Hawks. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met. But what a great game.
Now, here's Capella. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Here's Harden. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Trae Young.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Young outside. And he makes good on the layup. Young's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Emphasizing the importance of a deep bench. A few teams, Doris, across the league are riddled with injuries right now.
And this is where your front office has to find a way to be successful year after year. And players over the course of a season maybe won't play for 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and then an injury opens an opportunity, and you have to have a high level of professionalism at the end of the bench to endure these moments.
Now Young, following the 3-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Back to Young, passes it to Herder. A nice shot by Young. 8 points for Trae Young.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Outside Irving. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Good on the bucket.
How about the great body control by Kyrie Irving, one of the best small men in the league at converting through contact.
Now here is Young. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. And it's Capella missing. Irving against Young. Off with the layup.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of. And then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention and takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
Now, here is Irving. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Rockets in Houston. Oh!
Wow, looks like 2017 when DeAndre came home with the dunk contest trophy. Makes it look easy there.
Capella finds Young, and there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Alinari comes in for John Collins. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Reddish. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Kevin Herter. Basket counts.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. And the Hawks making a change here. Snell's checked in. Good on both. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter of the game. To the middle. Here's Griffin. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
There's the pass to Okongwu. And it's out of bounds for the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. On defense, the Nets trailing by 2. And Okongwu slams it in.
But Danilo Gallinari, obviously much more known as a scorer, but how about the court vision there?
Brown inside. Griffin passes to Shamet. The Nets working the ball around now. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Rondo kicks to Snell. Shamet with the steal. Pass to Luwawu. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Shots good by Green. It's all knotted up.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Snell dishes to Rondo. Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
1 second left.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Well, anyone looking for highlights, because you just found one. How about the creativity there in the air?
And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all and some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Gallinari. Tony Snell is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Capella in at the center. And Gallinari kicks to Capella. Pass to Snell. Back to Capella. And Griffin sends it back. Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded closer. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Shamet's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Rondo scanning the floor. Passes it to Gallinari. It's stolen by Harris. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
The Atlanta making some changes. John Collins, he's checked in for Gallinari. Reddish comes in for Bogdanovich. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Tony Snell. Huerter passes to Capella. Outside Collins. Here's Huerter, covered by Irving, and Huerter gets it to go.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. It's stolen by Capella. Collins against Harden. Collins dishes to Capella. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Young's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Young inside, guarded by Harden. And Young with the basket on the assist from Reddish.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Here's Harden. The rebound by Young.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
To the paint. And the dunk by Capella.
It doesn't get any easier than this. Capella's work ethic is what allows him to get those dunks.
Harden surveying the D. Young with the steal. 1:58 left in the second quarter. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Harden against Young. Harden the pass to Jordan. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Capella. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Blake Griffin comes in for Jordan. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Young passes to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? 1:07 left to play here in the half. Now here's Irving. Defense right on him. There's the feed to Brown. The pass to Harris. To the inside. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor. Has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
Atlanta shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Atlanta, Okongwu's checked in for Young. Alinari comes in for Reddish. And it's Bogdanovich in for Kevin Huerter. Here's Griffin. Misses and the dry spell continues.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Outside Bogdanovich. Clock at 6. Back to Capella. 17-foot shot on the way. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A primary scorer for his team. Griffin also has a knack for drawing fouls on the way up.
The first free throw is good. Atlanta making a switch here. Both good from the line that time. 5 seconds left in the first half. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Hawks on top. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He had 13 points. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
They've got Kyrie Irving. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harden in at the point guard. So that's the Nets 5.
And that's a tough shot. For an athletic big man like Collins, finishing through contact is something you've got to be able to do.
Harden outside. In the corner, it's Harris. Irving kicks to Jordan. Trying to get open is Irving. The shot by Jordan, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. There's the 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. Nets trail by 6.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Inside, Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Now here's Irving. Tight defense on him. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Jeff Green is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And then for Atlanta, Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Alinari comes in for Collins. And Tony Snell subbed in for Kevin Huerter.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. Bruce Brown, who's checked in for Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Then for the Hawks, Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Reddish. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Trae Young. Shamet the pass to Griffin. Nets passing it around and stolen by Bogdanovich. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. No good from Luwawu. The Hawks leading by 6. Bogdanovich looking around. To the wing on the left. Rondo dishes to Okongwu. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And it's Shamet missing. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Rondo passes to Okongwu. And it's blocked by Jordan.
The DJ twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Feeds to Okongwu. Alinari outside. Now the dish to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And on the way from Irving for 3, Okongwu grabs the board.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Jordan finds Harris, kicks it out to Harden. Fires for three. Rebound, Atlanta. So here's Gallinari. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Over to the wing. Back to Bogdanovich. Out left to the wing. It's stolen by Harris. And so it's Atlanta going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court for Atlanta, Young and Herder make up the back. Collins is out there, Gallinari, and it's Okongwu in at the foul. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Harden against Young. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Harden.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
Back to Capella. Deflects the pass. Durant with the steal. Pass to Harden. He's off on that one. Collins with some nice D. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. One minute now into this fourth quarter. Pass to Young. To the paint. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And guys, when Capella's playing like this, it's an added bonus. Love seeing him catch fire.
Irving kicks to Griffin. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And a miss there on the triple.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Clint Capella.
Boy, Irving decisive on that drive, gets the foul because of the intensity, taking it to the rack.
So for the Nets, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Durant, and it's Brown in for Joe Harris. It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Brown. That one drops for him. Capella's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hawks.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Outside Irving. Here's Harden. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Inside, outside. Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Green. Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Brown. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for the Hawks. And here's Young. To the middle. Here's Capella. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 6th assist on the night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Young with the steal. Oh, and here comes Young all alone. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Hawks lead by 11.
You know, you see Young's eyes light up when the break is on. Solid at scoring in transition.
In the corner, it's Harris. This one for 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Hawks have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Young, no good. For the Nets, this one not looking good. And Durant, here we go.
How about Kevin Durant on the dribble drive? What to do with this guy? He's got so many ways he can hurt you.
Young dishes to Bogdanovich. Young outside. Oh, and the jam by Capella.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's about as high percentage as it gets for DJ. Go to work, big man.
And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Hawks. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Young up top, defended by Durant. Here's Capella. And Jordan sends it back. Here's Harden. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Bogdanovich. Now, here is Young. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Kevin Harden, he's checked in for the Hawks. Harris, right side. Here's Harden. Rebound, Atlanta. Young with the ball. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Dishes to Collins. The 3. And Young with the basket on the assist by Collins. And the Hawks lead by 12.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And Atlanta has possession. Collins passes to Young. The 3 on the money.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of...
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Pink Diamonds, you've got Galaxy Opals, but now you can pick up a new tier of player cards in my team. I'm Brian, and I'm here to talk about Dark Matter. The most powerful cards you can get in my team. You can pick up the first 2K21 Dark Matter cards in the all-new Pantheon All-Star Packs. This is your chance to collect
a confident and well-dressed group of 76ers making their way to the locker room. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So the Nets starting five. We've got Harden. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving in at the 2. And for the 76ers, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Simmons is out there with Seth Curry. And it's Green in at the small forward. Irving against Harris. Here's Jordan. Back to Irving. And stolen by Simmons. That's tipped and stolen by Jordan. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And I think I only counted 4 total steps for Durant to go from one end of the floor to the other. I mean, he's just incredible in the open floor.
Now here's Simmons. A 17-point game for him in the win against Utah.
As good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Getting to the rim and dunking it down, that's the aggressive side.
Down low. To the paint. He can't get that one. Jordan with some nice D. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving passes to KD. From outside the arc, Irving misses.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
That one goes. Count it.
That's the savvy veteran Green. He's able to spot when his teammates aren't being covered. That's a nice read right there.
Here is Harden. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. And Embiid with the block. Curry is inside. He's covered by Irving. Simmons against Harden.
A problem inside. That's what he is. Once Simmons gets the ball in the positioning that he wants, he goes for the throwdown.
Inside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Howard comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Shake Milton in for Seth Curry. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Gets a hand on it, and it's Brown on the follow.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now here's Simmons. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game.
Look at that burst of speed. Look how well Simmons used that to get to the lane he wanted to get to the rim. You're going to pay for it.
Here's Harris. They lead by 1. On the wing, Harris. Offline with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And it's good, 2 points. Simmons got 8 points. Teams have dynasties, the 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played, but don't sleep on the Celtics. With Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have, man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
And what an athlete this guy is. Griffith making dunking look so easy.
55 seconds left to play in the first. Now, here's Maxey. He's covered by Shamet. Shamet with the steal. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. And Brown throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harden's checked in.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Korkmaz after the basket by Brooklyn. Howard, the pass to Thibault. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Improving his floor awareness. Howard has a decent sense for when his guys are open.
And here's Harden. What a tremendous game he played against Houston.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Luwawu in at the small forward spot.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside. And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights. I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Howard with the steal. And now Harris running the floor all by himself. And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, once again, Harris showing off his incredible physique. Just really blowing past defenders in the open floor.
Harden surveying the D. The dish to Jordan. Outside for KD. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Jordan, that time on the assist from Harden. Jordan's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now, here's Maxey, guarded closer. Harris outside. He's looking for Howard and finds him. Harris finds Howard. And staying with the play, Harris. Harris has got 4 points this quarter.
Look at Harris's dedication. I mean, chasing down the boards and ending the possession on his terms.
Here's Harden. The dish to Jordan. Back to Harden. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
Well, you can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Now, here's Maxey. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Now, how about the quick hands of Harden? They're easily coming up with the steal thanks to his activity.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who've ever played the game.
Wow. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Korkmaz. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And Simmons subbed in for Maxey. The Nets also changing it up. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Andrew Shamet comes in for Bruce Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden.
Oh, that's just terrific patience from Irving. Outstanding at filling the D inside and literally forcing the hand.
Both free throws good for Irving.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Simmons against Irving from 8. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Ben Simmons.
This is where Simmons likes to shoot from, and the closer he is to the rim, the better.
Here's Irving. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Houston.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence. And you talk about the perfect veteran wing player. Danny Green's right at the top of that list. Solid defense, good shooter, and plays within himself.
Well, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And Greg, the experiences that Danny Green has had over the course of his terrific career, it's hard to match.
I mean, he's won multiple titles in his career, done so in different places with different types of teams. He's seen it all and knows what it takes to succeed. One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Simmons against Irving. Low block shot on the way. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Ben Simmons.
Oh, he's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving them the fits out there.
Irving passes to Jordan. On the way, Harris. Back to Jordan. That one's not going to go. Good D by Embiid. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
They just looked a step quicker all game long. They knew they had an advantage on offense.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Once Simmons turns on the Jets, there's no stopping him. I love seeing him play with this much confidence.
KD on the wing. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period came to a close with them holding a 3-point lead. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was buttered, sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Curry is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And they pick up 2.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Nets leading by 3. Harden with it. Passes to Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And it's blocked by Simmons.
At the reach of Simmons, I mean, coming into play on these blocks, you got to be careful shooting around this guy. How can you not love Simmons? I mean, some of the dunks he pulls off are insane.
Now Irving. He's got 5. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Harden against Simmons. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And everyone wants Simmons to add a consistent outside jump shot. But while that's a work in progress, he does just fine at the rim. An incredibly adept finisher up close.
And C-Webb, as you said with Simmons, when he's going at the rim, he's as good as it gets.
Oh, yeah, G.A. Great blend of size, speed, and strength. He controls his body to create space. He can lay it up from unorthodox angles with ease.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Korkmaz comes in for Tobias Harris. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Danny Green. That shot by Griffin, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Good at recognizing when the defense is overcommitted. I mean, Embiid is terrific at sharing the ball.
It's Brown with the drive, and he converts the layup. 8 points for him. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Simmons. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Howard, one of the most feared rim protectors in the league.
The 76ers have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Now, here's Maxey, guarded by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And Harden with the stuff.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. In transition, here come the Nets. Harris has got the ball. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Harden. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight. Simmons against Harris. But blocked by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Terrific at penetrating inside. The mobility Simmons possesses at his size, amazing.
Outside, KD. Harden finds KD. Launches a 3. Korkmaz grabs the miss. The 76ers trail by 3. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
And that's what Jordan does best, an extremely lethal dunker.
Simmons inside. Harris is there. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Stolen. One-on-one here. Here's Howard, and it's Howard finishing it off.
of the aggressive mind state. Howard showing how authoritative he is inside.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Harris comes in for Korkmaz. Danny Green, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. And it's Shake Milton in for Matisse Thybulle. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
For Philadelphia, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Embiid against Jordan. 5 to shoot. Embiid drives in. They get it back. Tries yet again. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Milton's got the lead up to 2 now for Philadelphia. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll take a quick break. 3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And so Green will bring it up for Philadelphia. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Landry Shamet is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin, and it's Green, and it's Brown in at the 3.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
Here's Irving, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
I mean, he's a strong finisher. He exhibits great body control. Irving, he's a special talent.
Now, here's Milton. D right on him. Here's Embiid. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now, here's Irving, defended by Milton. And that one drops for him. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
He had to battle through some tough shooting problems in the first half. I mean, give him credit. It's been much easier for him in the second.
Here's Shamet. And foul on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. With this game still up for grabs, he told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. See how it plays out, Kevin.
Here's Irving and Embiid with the block.
You got to be careful around Embiid. When he's around, he's capable of coming up with these blocks.
Brown kicks to Shamet. 6 to shoot. Back to Brown. From deep. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the 76ers. Mike Scott's checked in for Harris. And Simmons subbed in for Curry. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
What about the speed and the muscle Simmons has? I mean, it makes defenders nervous, if you ask me. Such a difficult matchup.
That free throw missing.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Curry's checked in for Shake Milton. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Green. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's James Harden in for Landry Shamet. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Becoming more and more of a leader. Simmons has no fear in taking shots on big possessions.
Outside Durant. Got a piece of it. Simmons against Harden to the inside. Jordan the pass to Harris. Harden kicks to Durant. Brooklyn needs to get off the shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possessions. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Incredible concentration from the Australian. Even when you body Simmons up, he's great at powering through.
Here's Harden. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. That's on Ben Simmons.
As if there was any question, Harden with the big-time play.
Harden no good on the free throw. Philadelphia leading by 3. And Simmons slams it in.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
A seasoned vet with lots of playoff experience, Jordan remained calm under pressure.
Poked away. Irving with the steal. Jumps up. And the jam by Harden.
When the game is up in the air, Harden delivers. Easy to understand why he is seen as one of the best players in the league.
Outside, Simmons. And Curry has it in the corner. Knocked away. Simmons against KD. Simmons passes to Embiid. It's good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
To the middle. Harden finds Jordan. That shot, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take it down.
Embiid inside, guarded by Jordan, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Harris is checked in for Mike Scott, and it's Shake Milton in for Curry. Jordan dishes to Irving, and Embiid with the block. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Irving kicks to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 5 on the clock. Harris passes to Jordan. Good!
And the shooting percentage Jordan records from here is insane. If you get him the ball in a good spot, he usually finishes.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're behind by 3. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
Irving for 3. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. That was a fun night of basketball. have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin.
They're fun to watch, DA. Thanks. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Sacramento Kings.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Seth Curry is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Green in at small forward. And for the Hawks, Young and Herder make up the backcourt. Gallinari is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Reddish in at the 3 slot. Here's Young. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
Oh, sensational speed by Simmons, trucking it down the court and beating everyone.
Young taking his time here. The dish now to Capella. Back to Young. And Steve, as we get into the middle of the season, do you feel we have a good idea of who the contenders are at this point?
The major forces, Kevin, you know for sure where they are. There are always some teams you can't tell if they're legit or not just yet. The veteran presence of Danny Green keeping his eyes up, finding his teammate wide open.
Young, right side. Here's Capella. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Simmons left side. Shot clock at 6. From 10 feet out, misses off the left iron. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Young, and it's blocked by Simmons.
How about the balance and body control? Simmons able to send that one packing.
Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Atlanta making some changes. John Collins, he's checked in for Gallinari. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Kevin Herder. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Trae Young. And then for Philadelphia, Korkmaz checked in for Green. Shake Milton comes in for Seth Curry. And Maxey subbed in for Ben Simmons.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Maxey passes to Korkmaz. And now here comes Collins leading the break. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Down low, Embiid with the steal. Here's Korkmaz. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Cam Reddish.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Tony Snell comes in for Reddish. Philadelphia also making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Tobias Harris. Back to Snell. Inside, here's Okongwu. And it's sent back by Howard.
Yeah, and shooters have to be cautious with Howard around. He has such a long reach that he easily blocks those kinds of shots.
Rondo with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. An easy 2 points on the layup.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Now, here's Maxey. He's covered by Rondo. Now the pass to Korkmaz over Bogdanovic. That shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Passes it to Rondo. It's stolen by Milton. Now here's Thibault. Defense is right there, and it's slammed in by Howard.
And these dunk attempts are just too easy for Howard. All he has to do is rise up, and he's golden.
Here's Snell. Count it. Gets it off. That one doesn't drop. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Philadelphia ahead, leading by 4. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Hawks, Bogdanovich is out there with John Collins. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Tony Snell. And it's Okongwu in at the center position.
And really, there's no reason why Howard can't at least be boxed out. When he comes up with these rebounds, it's night-night for the defense.
Snell finds Rondo. To the inside, Howard with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. And he dunks it down.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Rondo dishes to Collins. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Korkmaz. It's good. Korkmaz has got the lead up to 8 now for the 76ers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Rondo passes to Okongwu. It's stolen by Curry. And here's the fast break. Here's Korkmaz. And the rejection by Collins.
Excellent feel and timing. Collins does a good job of protecting the rim.
Good work there as it goes. Korkmaz has got 6 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Snell kicks to Rondo. Wants to get it to Collins and does. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Simmons checked in for the 76ers. Back to Green. Here's Howard. Goes back up. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 6 points for him.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. Lays it up and banks it in.
Unlike some great perimeter shooters, Trae Young is consistently probing for the best look.
Simmons against Gallinari. And it's Simmons penetrating. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the 76ers lead by 10.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Simmons against Young. With the floater. Second shot opportunity. Simmons pulls it in.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The 76ers leading by 10.
And for a long time, Atlanta had been searching for a legitimate center. Seems like they found their guy in Clint Capella.
Yes, and Clint Capella is limited offensively, but that's not his job. What Clint Capella does do, he does very well. He's a terrific rebounder, and he will have a lot of room to finish at the rim, as he does with power.
And he gets it to go. Young's got 4 this quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
1:04 left now here in the second. Here's Simmons, and Capella sends it back.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella is in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Gallinari.
What mastery from Simmons, fooling the entire defense in the paint there.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Tobias Harris comes in for Korkmaz. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And Maxey's subbed in for Green. Young with no one around. And the 3 off target.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
And Young, here we go, gets that one to drop. That's his 3rd field goal in 8 tries.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Simmons against Gallinari. Tipped away. Young with the steal. Just 3 on the clock, and the layup is up and in. Young's got 8 here in the quarter.
You know, out in the open floor, Trae Young does an excellent job of assisting or finishing.
And so it's the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, for the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. Taking a look at the 76ers. And that's all we have for now.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Ben Simmons is out there with Curry, and it's Green in at the 3. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Rajon Rondo.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
And then Simmons slams it in.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like there.
Rondo dishes to Okongwu. And stolen by Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
And how about the slashing ability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive mentality.
Rondo finds Snell. Collins up top, guarded by Harris, and finished off by Collins.
And Wade to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Up top, Simmons. He's covered by Rondo. And Simmons slams it in.
What breathtaking quickness by Simmons. So good at blowing by whoever is brave enough to try to take him on.
The Hawks working the ball around. And it's Rondo in the corner and stolen by Harris. Simmons with it. He's picked up by Rondo, and Simmons slams it in.
He's an absolute gym rat. Simmons is relentless in his pursuit to dominate really all phases of the game and improving with his scoring.
Back to Rondo. 1:51 left in the third quarter. And Okongwu slams it in.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they? Here's Simmons. Off target at the rim. The Hawks trail by 10. Snell kicks to Rondo. Collins in the post, guarded by Harris, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. These players have been dominant on the glass in the last 10 games, leading the NBA in rebounding. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Clint Capella on top. Third is Joel Embiid.
The work this twosome has done on the boards over that period cannot be overlooked. They've both been big factors.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Reddish comes in for Bogdanovich. Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Tony Snell. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Herter passes to Young. 58 seconds left in the third. Capella finds Collins. Buries it down low. Collins has got 6 here in this quarter.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Maxey passes to Embiid. And here's Maxey to the paint. Here's Howard. Just 4 to shoot. Boom, he jams it straight down.
They are still commanding a lot of defensive attention. Howard just keeps his head up and finds the open man.
Herter passes to Young. 20 seconds left to play in the third. And the shot is good. Young's got 14.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
To the inside, Howard. And what a play, just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Now Young, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Up in time. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Philadelphia holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the wings, Herder and Reddish. Clint Capella is out there with Gallinari, and it's Young in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Young drives in. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Incredible night for Trey. Has direct involvement in nearly every facet of this offense.
Here's Simmons. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Young. And the rejection by Embiid.
One of the premier shot swatters in the world. The length of Embiid makes it hard to be scored on.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The 76ers making a switch here. Green's checked in. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Simmons against Gallinari. Simmons' shot is good. And now it's a 12-point 76ers lead. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
6 on the shot clock. And there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Okay, incredible body control. The will to complete the play. Young with the potential and 1.
Bogdanovich, he's checked in for the Hawks. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Curry's checked in. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Another miss by Philadelphia. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Hawks trail by 7. Here's Young. Lays it up off the glass. Young's got 15 points here in the second half.
Never afraid to take the big shot. Trey Young, we have to call you Mr. Young.
Simmons dishes to Embiid, and Capella sends it back. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Herder. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Now it's just a 3-point 76ers lead. Now here's Simmons. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for 1 more at the line. It's going to be on Trey Young. For the Hawks, John Cowens comes in for Gallinari. And it's Reddish in for Bogdan Bogdanovich.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
And the rejection by Embiid. And it's Simmons penetrating. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
And the wherewithal by Simmons, sensing the hit coming and adjusting his shot accordingly.
Young outside. Yep, it counts. Young's got 25 points in the game.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Especially given the height disadvantage. I love the way he created space for his shot.
And so they foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
The first pick in the 2016 NBA draft, Simmons has been a phenomenal addition to our league.
Young drives in, and that one good. He's got 27.
Incredible. Often the smallest guy on the floor, Young consistently comes up with the biggest plays.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. And they double up Simmons. Outside for Curry. Another miss by Philadelphia. And now here comes Young leading the break. Dishes to Collins. To the left wing. Capella, the pass to Herder. It's stolen by Curry. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Productive trip to the line extended their lead.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
Outside Hill. Out to the wing. And the rejection by Embiid. So Philadelphia wins it, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty high